Now we review Batman versus the Yakuza League. Oh, it sounds so thrilling. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So, I have seen Batman versus the Yakuza League. Which, the premise is that Batman goes through time and comes back to his own dimension. Japan is missing, and it keeps raining Yakuza. Yakuza being Japanese gangsters. Okay. So, and as well as the Justice League is missing. You see a large number of the Bat family in this particular film, and there are parallels of many of your Justice League members to fill out your roster. I will start out with, I do not like the art of this particular film. It's a little too, well, it just doesn't feel very Batman-y to me, you know. The characters are not as recognizable. I know that there's a lot of iterations of Batman, but I just didn't care for the artwork. Yes, it has the Japanese style to it. It's very similar to anime, but the characterization here is not as fun. And then the other thing being is that Batman is fighting characters that he really shouldn't have much of an ability to fight. And it's not the Batman who's clearly a clairvoyant and knows the future. It's a very different Batman. So, like, he's being, interacting with these characters when really it's like, okay, that's a Superman level character there. You should be Splatman and this should be over. If the main baddie of this has the power to generate this universe, which is what happened, then how is he not won? Why not just create a universe where Batman never existed and not deal with Batman? It's just the plot of this being that someone has altered time to create this uncreatable scenario is silly. And I grant that movies got a movie, and comic books have never been terribly realistic. In the Golden Age, Batman spent a lot of time in space, from what I understand. But, I thought this was fine, but I didn't find it... it's very often when you have these things, they look like toy commercials. It's like, Batman and Robin, or was it Batman Forever? Whichever one with George Clooney and the Bat MasterCard. And it's like, yes, everybody gets a different costume for every sequence, and the reason is that they want to sell toys. Well, yeah, how do you make your Superman stand out? You make a Superman that looks different. So you make Japanese Ninja Superman, and Japanese Ninja the Flash, and so on and so forth. And what that does is create more platforms for you to make toys and sell those toys. And it's like, that's one of those aspects of making money in this particular world. So that's what this feels like. It's kind of a meh. I will say that some of the side plots are good, but I didn't feel there was enough to this story to really make it something that's worth watching. This was not a theater film. It was a cartoon. And as cartoons go, they tend to be a little on the meh side to begin with. But, if you're not a DC fan, you're not going to get a lot of this stuff. And if you are a DC fan, you're going to kind of feel like, this doesn't really... It tastes off, so to speak. And that's why this particular artwork, this particular film, to me, it is just middle of the watch. It's not terrible, but it is comic booky and silly. So yeah, middle to lower middle of the watch list. I've seen a lot worse. It was entertaining enough. it wasn't, it wasn't something I would recommend. There's no person I'm going to go up to them and say, oh, you got to watch this. If I found out someone was a hardcore Batman fan and also loved anime, yeah, I would say, well, you might want to watch Batman versus the Yakuza League. But beyond that, I mean, it's not that much of a movie. There's not enough there for it to be, a world I would want to revisit. So, there you have it. Interesting concept, but not a lot of substance. Anyway, just my opinion. Love to hear yours. Comments below. I'm Richard.
Greetings, humanity. I'm Randall the Rat, and I'm here to remind you that, well, you should probably comment, like, and subscribe now. And why? Well, the world isn't all that great, and Random Street Theater here is trying to change it. We do things like have trash removed from the ocean, pay for trees to be planted, and even feed orphans. And you can help. You can comment, like, and subscribe, and it's free. When you think about it, if you don't do those things, well, what are you saying? Are you saying you don't care about the ocean and trees and even orphans? Well, sounds like you're a bad human. And you have a delicious face.